Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Sixx Daze. I am Bob Sixx, and today I'm doing something really different. I always say I react to pretty much anything. Well, some people have called me on it. They've asked me to react to Ayrton Senna. Prior to them asking this, I had no idea who he was. Before you get mad, I grew up drag racing. A lot of illegal drag racing, but drag racing and dirt track. And then I watched NASCAR for a short time, and we used to watch the Indy 500 up until my mom divorced my biological father, and then I don't know if it was rebelling against him. I just didn't watch it anymore. But I've always liked drag racing. So it's not that I know anything about racing, I just don't follow it. I don't follow any sports. But enough of these people wanted to hear it, and they said, or see my reaction to him. So let's find out if they're going to stick true to it. Before I get started, 3 things to tell you. Number 1, I have a Patreon channel. It's also Sixx Daze. I'll put a link below. I show videos or react to videos there. I do not do here. I just shot a new Juice one this week that will not be here on YouTube. It's only there. So if you're interested, click that link. Also, someone stumbled across one of my old channels is called 6 Minutes. If you enjoy my live streams, it's kind of like that. Me, no holds barred, uncensored, just telling you how it is. So if you would be interested in that, I've told them if I hit 200 subscribers, I'll start posting again. I'll release 3 videos a week. It will not be production videos. They'll be shot on my iPhone on my drive home from work. And I'll post them straight, raw, no editing, nothing, just it is what it is. And I've got a pretty good one coming up, a subject matter that's going to upset some people. But I'm going to start off with hidden meanings in classic songs. See, believe it or not, once upon a time, we couldn't just say whatever we want to like you can these days. So we had to be clever and hide songs, or hide meanings in songs, or messages in songs. So there's songs that your parents, or maybe even your grandparents listen to that are really dirty, and they have no clue. But you will after you watch these videos. Also, I'm going to discuss the whole gender thing. Not right away, but the whole gender thing. Y'all may be shocked at my opinion based on facts. So, there's the card, and there's the link. So, 2 ways to find that channel. Get over there and subscribe. I need those 200 subscribers. And lastly, tomorrow, I am supposed to pick up my merch. A lot of people ask me about merch. This is the limited run to see how it goes. I'm not going to break the bank buying a bunch of stuff and nobody wanting it. So I'm picking up a limited run of those t-shirts. If you're interested, contact me through Instagram and we'll get it worked out. Now let's get into this. Top 10 moments of Ayrton Senna. I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, Brilliance. Ayrton Senna, Brilliance. Here we go.
Ayrton Senna's defensive driving skills were second to none, and he demonstrated his incredible technique at the 1993 British Grand Prix. A great start saw him leap into second place at turn 1, just ahead of his great rival Alain Prost in the Williams. But even with the Professor in his slipstream, Senna displayed his mastery of both the Silverstone circuit and the art of driving to hold him off for a full 6 laps in his slower McLaren. During qualifying for the 1990 Spanish Grand Prix,
that would have to piss someone off. I mean, I understand racing, but to know that you're in a much faster car, or in a faster car, and you can't get around this guy, that's mad dope skills right there. Badass.
A blistering lap at the Jerez circuit saw Senna put in a time of 1 minute 18.387 seconds. That flying lap, a track record, earned Senna his 50th career pole position, with the Brazilian going a full 1.2 seconds faster than his McLaren teammate Gerhard Berger. 4 years earlier, the first Grand Prix to be held at Jerez saw one of the closest finishes in F1 history. Senna led in his Lotus, but on the final lap, his now very worn tyres were failing, and a freshly shod Nigel Mansell was bearing down on him. Senna defended superbly, but as they hit the final straight, the Briton darted alongside and the two future champions sped for the line. Senna held on and took the flag first by just 14 thousandths of a second.
Damn. Man. That dude's bad. Well, I have to say was badass from my understanding, passed away. But, wow. That's exciting racing there. I mean, that's not just like rednecks and NASCAR. That's some... I'm not saying NASCAR drivers don't have skills, so I doubt NASCAR drivers, fans watch me, but I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but that right there, that's some badass skills.
During practice at the 1992 Belgian Grand Prix, Eric Comas crashed his Ligier at the high-speed Blanchimont corner at 180 miles an hour. The Frenchman was unconscious with his engine still running and his foot pressing on the accelerator, pumping fuel into the system. Senna stopped his McLaren and dashed over to his stricken colleague, and spotting the danger of an imminent explosion, switched the engine off. Comas would later state that Senna had undoubtedly saved his life.
Damn. So not only a badass driver, but human being. I don't know how that counted him stopping, if he lost his position or how, but the fact that he didn't give a shit about that. He stopped to help a person in danger. Man, good guy.
A disastrous start at the 1988 Japanese Grand Prix saw pole sitter Senna left stationary on the grid as the lights went out, dropping him all the way to 16th place. With his chances of winning a maiden world championship dwindling, he went on one of the greatest charges in F1 history. Within 20 laps, he was in second place, chasing down championship rival and teammate Alain Prost, and shortly after caught and passed him for the lead, before going on to take the win and secure the 1988 Drivers' Championship. It was...
Holy shit. So you lose pole position, fall into 16th place, within 20 laps you're in second, and then you pull through to win? Wow. That's all I can say about that is wow.
Was a truly remarkable performance.
It feels great, of course. I feel very happy and lighter, and it's a great feeling.
A wet Donington bore witness to one of Senna's greatest ever single laps. Fourth on the grid for the 1993 European Grand Prix, a difficult start saw him drop a place to a young Michael Schumacher. But the Brazilian maestro then displayed all of his wet weather mastery, passing Schumacher and Carl Wendlinger through the Craner curves, and by turn 7 he'd overtaken Damon Hill. Then, with 2 corners to go, he slithered inside Prost and muscled his way through into a lead he would not relinquish. Senna's reputation as a wet-weather genius was established in his rookie season at the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix. Starting in 13th, and in near-torrential rain, Senna masterfully manoeuvred his Toleman up to second place, passing legends such as Niki Lauda along the way. He chased down and passed race leader Alain Prost on lap 32, but Prost complained that the conditions were too dangerous, and clerk of the course Jackie Ickx agreed, red flagging and stopping the race. As the results were then counted from the last completed lap, Prost was awarded victory. Cruelly.
That's bullshit. No, I don't agree with that at all. Wow, what a wuss. I would be ashamed. There's no way I would do that. You start whining because you got passed. I mean, I know the weather's too wet. I understand it can be too wet. Nobody else is bitching, just you, because you just got passed. That's sad.
Denying both Senna and Toleman an historic maiden win. Senna's win would come though, and it was again the weather that allowed him to prove his authority. At a rain-soaked Estoril in 1985, having secured his maiden pole position, he pushed his Lotus to the limit. As drivers behind him aquaplaned and spun off in droves, Senna sailed around the sodden circuit, leading from start to finish, and beating second-placed Michele Alboreto by over a minute to secure the first of what would become 41 career victories. In his 8th season as a Formula One driver, the now 31-year-old Senna finally won his home race in front of his adoring fans in Sao Paulo. Qualifying on pole, a superb start saw Senna lead for some 65 laps of the Interlagos circuit. But then, with the duck about to be broken, his McLaren's gearbox began to fail, losing a succession of gears until only 6th was available. As Williams' Riccardo Patrese and the rain clouds closed in, Senna managed to steer his stricken car home for the win using only one gear. As the Samba celebrations began, the victor, physically and emotionally exhausted after his grueling efforts, was barely able to lift the trophy.
That's badass. That takes some skill to win the race with one gear. Man. And how have I never heard this guy before those people that have asked me to do this did ask? Wow.
Perhaps Senna's single greatest moment was this qualifying lap from 1988. Senna himself remarked that his performance that day transcended his sense of reality, saying he was driving the car by a kind of instinct, only in a different dimension, well beyond his conscious understanding. No onboard footage of the lap exists, but his time of 1 minute 23.998 was almost a second and a half quicker than teammate Prost. Truly, a legend at work.
And there we go, top 10 moments of Ayrton Senna's brilliance, and all of those were brilliant. Like I said, I don't know how had never heard of him, but wow. There'll be some more if the video does like it should, because y'all were asking for it, so there it is. If you're still here, and I said there'll be more, if you haven't done it, hit that subscribe button right there, the red subscribe button. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost anything. I'll never call you at home to ask you to extend your subscription. Click that bell so you know every time I release new content. Have a great day. Make someone laugh if you get the chance. Don't forget to tell your friends and family each and every time you leave that you love them, because you just never know when that's going to be the last chance you get to tell them. Be safe, people. We are living in some crazy ass times. I am Bob Sixx. Peace.